Hey everybody, I'm Graham. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you're here. So I will be playing a worship music festival summer camp thing called Weekend of the Cross this coming week, and I thought this would be a really fun opportunity to show you guys my worship guitar rig and also just my guitar rig in general. A little bit of background, right? So I've been playing guitar for about 6 or 7 years. Most of the stuff I've done gig-wise has been a lot of worship music. I played for my church back home a lot back in the day before I moved up here to go to college. But getting back in the saddle, so I wanted to show you guys my rig, and I think it's cool. I'm very proud of it. So let's get into it. So the most important thing, in my opinion, you guys start with the guitar. This right here is my baby. It is a '94 Fender Mexican Stratocaster. I call it Cake because the neat little sticker. And this thing has had many parts replaced. The entire pick guard is now loaded with American pickups. That was replaced, I think, about 2 years ago. The bridge is an American bridge that was replaced about a year before that. The tuners are the next thing that are going to be replaced, but apart from that, everything else in this guitar, the only thing that's pretty much the same is the neck and the body. Everything else has been just completely changed out, and I love it. It's kind of like, how's it, the Ship of Theseus or whatever? Is it still the same guitar? I don't know. We're not going to get philosophical today. So, moving on to the pedal board. I'm very proud of this one. I've been building it for years. And I have a lot of different pedals, but after a lot of trial and error and a lot of bad Sunday mornings and bad sets, I think I've finally found the pedals that I need and that are the most practical and don't make my presence annoying to the worship set. So starting off, going into my chain, I have this Boss volume pedal. I don't even think this is built for guitars, but I found it on eBay for really cheap. I think it was like 50, maybe like 40 bucks. And I really didn't want to have to pay a lot of money for a volume pedal, just because, like, you know, it's a volume pedal. And you use it when you need to. It's not that complicated. We don't need to be having a bunch of crazy stuff on the board. So that's that. Next to my tuner, this tuner is really big, and I don't know why it's so big. I thought it was one of the little ones like this, but I asked for it for Christmas, and it just showed up in the mail like that. And I'm not going to spend money on a tuner if I already have one, even if it's the size of all my other pedals. So whatever, it's fine. And then finally, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of my tone. Earthquaker plumes. I absolutely love this drive pedal. I kind of keep this thing on at all times. It's pretty much just a Tube Screamer clone, but I think it sounds a lot more dynamic. It's got these 3 modes you can switch it into. I really don't know what they do. I just know it makes it sound a little different. This thing's really fun to mess around with. For just a drive pedal, it is a pretty fun thing to play with, and I really enjoy that. This thing, the OCD, this thing can rip, and I think it is a good distortion, high gain pedal. But for a lot of the worship tones, it's just a bit too much. I think it kind of boxes everything in a little bit. So what I basically use it for now is just a boost. So you can see I got the drive all the way down, and I got my volume slightly up. So when I'm doing some like single line leads and stuff, solos, I'll just crank this one on to give it a little more drive. Again, this is a whole thing of I don't want to buy. I just don't want to buy a boost pedal if I already have something that will work just as well. Also, I mean, it's got this transparent or low bypass, whatever it's called, switch, which kind of makes it not touch the tone that much. So pretty much these two are they come together in this rig. And moving on, the Boss RV6. This is probably one of my favorite pedals of all time. Boss gets a lot of shit, and I don't like that because, I don't know, they do such a solid job. They're not the best at everything they do, but I think they really shine through a lot of times with stuff like this, right? So you just have this tiny effects pedal. I think it's like 160 bucks right now, and you have all of these settings you want to do. I always keep it on modulate or dynamic, and I just kind of keep it at a certain level. This is kind of a reverb that always stays on when I'm doing worship. And man, it just gets the job done. I love it so much. I think it's one of the best pedals ever made, in my opinion. It's just so versatile. You can do whatever you want with it. And it's so cheap. And finally, the newest addition to my pedal board. I got this, let's see, about 2-3 weeks ago. And I bought it because I really wanted to have some cool tones going on for this festival, or this summer camp that I'm playing for. And this is the DD200. There's another Boss pedal. I know. It's kind of a sin to have a bunch of Boss pedals on your pedal board, apparently. But this thing is an absolute beast. It's got the four memory banks in it with a manual on it. So it's perfect for like a 8-10 song set list where you kind of have to change delays to get certain sounds going on. So this is the perfect. This is just perfect for what I'm trying to do. It's got all of these effects in it. Personally, the analog tape and drum reverbs are absolutely beautiful. They sound so cool, and they sound like, I mean, just like a regular analog delay pedal. I mean, just the way it replicates on a digital circuit is just so impressive. I mean, this thing is worth every single dime. I think it was about, got on eBay for about 180 bucks used, so it's pretty sick. And then finally, because I might as well show you all that, I'm not one of those worship guys that plays on the HX Stomp, because I think that's kind of played out. I am playing a Tone Master Deluxe Reverb amp. I absolutely love this thing. Tone Master gets a lot of crap sometimes, which I think is, I don't know, it kind of makes me sad, because this thing is a really good amp. I always keep the reverb on a little bit. That's kind of like my bass line. Sounds so good. The vibrato, I don't use it a lot, but when I do, absolutely perfect. But the best part about this amp for me is, one, it's solid state, which if you're moving around a lot, which I am, I have to go back to Louisiana to do a lot of guitar stuff all the time. It really gets the job done. It's not heavy. You can throw it in your car. It's kind of bulletproof, in my opinion. And another thing is, this has a line out, and the line out has simulated cabinets in it, and it is just perfect for plugging into the system and making the sound guy's life easier. Yes, I know NHX Stomp does that, whatever, but I just, man, I like to have a real amp in my room, you know? It's just, can't live without it. So yeah, I will be playing the Weekend of the Cross 2024 next week. I will be down in South Louisiana playing it, and I plan to do some videos while I'm down there, do a little bit of vlogging, if you will, and yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm really excited. I haven't played a worship set in a long time. I think it's going to be a really good experience. I'm just excited to kind of dust off the cobwebs and sink my teeth into this stuff again. It's been fun getting back into practicing this kind of stuff and this kind of music, because it's a lot harder than it seems to be able to play this kind of music. You got to know when not to play. You got to know how not to sound annoying, because the electric guitar can be one of the most annoying instruments of all time if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, that's my setup. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all later.